Hello, everyone, and welcome to Allegedly Correct. My name is Bryce, and I'm joined by my host, Reggie. As you can see, we're in person today.
What's good, baby?
What's good?
We're going to touch. Boom.
Bam.
Boom. We both got COVID now. Let's
go.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. We kind of just broke into this random person's backyard. We decided we wanted to see each other for the holidays.
Well, did we break anything? It was more like a free backyard.
I guess
hopped a fence.
We borrowed the backyard for the afternoon.
It's not like we know their schedule, so if we leave in a scramble.
I would guess that we're good to the holiday. It looks like they're gone for the Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
So
They were gone like the day before yesterday as well. So
Oh, you've been watching this place?
Yeah, because we saw the ones next to us as well.
Yeah.
But they left like the day before yesterday as well, but they came back and then left again.
Ooh,
so
that's risky.
That's
real risky.
Yeah, we don't want to get caught.
Just hanging out.
Yeah.
So, as you guys know, obviously we don't live next to each other, but we do live in the same state, and we do like to visit each other quite often.
That's very nice, yes.
Especially spend the holidays together and stuff. Pretty important to us.
Mm-hmm.
But this is kind of how we do it. We don't really like to live in homes. We find it a little bit basic.
So basic bitch vibes. No.
So we kind of just travel whenever we're together, and we just walk around random people's places and live off the land.
Yeah.
We had a pretty crazy story getting here.
Oh my God, it was almost an all-nighter. We have coffee with us because they had a.
I had coffee. I lost my coffee.
Oh, it's over there.
Don't look.
Yeah, he's just gonna. But yeah, we had a kind of a strange story. This fucking man running around.
Didn't happen.
Yeah, but would you like to start off how that happened?
Okay.
So
I left my place in my car about 7 o'clock last night, and it's only like a 3-hour drive. So I expected to get here around 10:30, but about an hour in, my car started making this weird noise. It was going
almost like a cat was in there.
Yeah. It sounded like
its nuts pinched.
Yeah, like my engine was literally eating a cat alive, and I'm like, I don't think this is right. So I give up Regnar a call, and I'm like, hey man, I'm still like an hour and a half away. But my car's kind of messed up. Like, what should I do?
Yeah, so I get a phone call. I was on my computer doing my old business, had to close off the porn links because I didn't want it to make noise as he was calling me, because that would have been awkward, and he probably would have joined me at that moment. It's happened before. So he gave me a call, and I was like, oh, Bryce, hey, what's good? And then he picked up. He's like, dude, I got this weird noise happening in my car. I'm still an hour out, and I don't have insurance. Oh, don't tell anyone that, by the way. We're trusting you, you guys.
I trust you guys.
Allegedly. Yeah.
I drive legally, I swear.
Anyway, he gave me a call, and I was like, okay, this is clearly a problem that only I can deal with, and only I can help with Bryce. If he called anyone else, problem would never be solved. We wouldn't get to where we are right now.
Nope. But see, Regnar's an innovator. So you know what he does? He goes to our old high school and steals the school bus. Because we always knew the bus driver leaves his keys in the bus because he's an idiot and a drunk and alcoholic. We'll talk about that another day.
there was a bunch of like the empty handles in the back. He kind of tosses them back, and we guess which row of seats that they fall in. I guessed 3, and I was 1 off. That was on number 4. So we had a pretty good arm.
Yeah, that's a good arm strength to throw handles 4 seats back.
Yeah.
But yeah, he always leaves the keys up above the steering wheel, as always. So Ragnar walks on down to the high school, takes the school bus, and comes and picks me up.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I don't want to use my car because, I almost had the same issue happen, but instead of like a cat getting its nuts pinched, I guess anything getting its nuts pinched will kind of like make the same noise. Okay, let's say...
I think a boar would make a different noise.
Ooh.
I think a buffalo would make
maybe a little bit
noise.
Lower pitch squeal. It'll be a squeal.
There's got to be at least like 3 animals when they get their nuts pinched. They don't squeal. They get like aggro. Like bears. I imagine if they get their nuts pinched by something, they're pretty like, ooh, who the fuck did that?
Yeah.
Who did that? Who?
That's the first instinct a bear would have, getting its nuts pinched. Who? Like a monkey. Anyway, so I got the bus, and we were... I'm sorry I was like 2 hours late
It's
as
fine,
well.
it's fine.
First of all, buses are fucking slow.
Very slow.
I didn't get pulled over though, which was kind of nice.
Very
'Cause,
lucky,
cops
'cause
would
if
just
we
be
got
like,
pulled
"Oh,
over."
bus driver probably dealing with kids, even though there was no kids in there.
It was the middle
I
of the
did.
night.
I did also take the time to tint the bus, so that's why you couldn't see inside when you first saw me. You did look confused when I pulled up. It was like,
Yeah,
what-
I
what
kind
is-
of
who is
expected him
that
to
in
just bring his car, and then there's a
Yeah,
giant school bus
I
that
realized I
has
probably
tinted
should have
windows.
told you.
Yeah,
instead
just
of
pulls
just left
up.
you hanging. Yeah, but yeah, I also hit like every red light. I also had
on the highway.
On the highway,
every
right.
red, yeah,
and
because
I
there's a
had
lot
to,
of those.
There's stop signs as well.
yeah.
Randomly, I don't know why. And I also had to take the time to put the tent all on, and I gave it like 30 minutes to like kind of set
Yeah,
in,
make sure
because
it
that's just
sets,
definitely
yeah.
what you do when you put on tent.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I was just a couple hours late, but got to get there safely, right? Right precautions for the right job, right man for the right job.
Of course.
And I got there, and he was pulled over. He was on his phone, but it was dead or something, or you were like looking for.
At this point, it's like 2 a.m. I think.
Yeah.
My phone's dead. I'm in a horrible mood. I'm mad at Manger. I'm like, what took you 3 fucking hours to get down here? It's only an hour drive.
Yeah, thankfully he's understanding. And when I told him what was happening, he was like, "Oh, I would have done the same thing.
I would have stolen the bus as well. So
Yeah,
like
put the tent on, hit every red light on the highway.
And also he had to stop by Home Depot because he had to get a metal cutter. Because once he pulled the bus in, we actually took out all the back seats of the bus, threw them out of the bus, cut out the back of the bus like it was a truck, and we rolled my car up into the
the
bus.
seats did reek of alcohol as well.
Yeah,
so I think we did them a
I think we
favor.
probably did the school a
Because
favor.
like if the kids went in there smelling like, because they would have probably smelled like alcohol coming
yeah.
out, then who's responsible? The bus driver.
Yeah.
And the guy's a really nice guy at heart.
Great dude,
you know?
great
Yeah.
dude. Drives drunk a lot,
Hilarious
but
when he's
great
drunk.
guy.
He's funny as fuck. He hits like almost like half the kids on his way to their houses, so
yeah,
it's a good laugh.
it's a danger, but it's a good time.
Yeah, it's like a unpredictable fun,
It's the adrenaline rush.
But yeah, we took a bit of time sawing those things off. I did buy 2 of them because
2
I'm
people.
smart. 2 people, 2-man job, two tools. No glasses though. No like safety goggles because
No,
we're
that
fucking
was
men.
pretty stupid. But
No, we're.
I only got like 3 sparks in the eye, anyways. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'm
Can you
okay.
see out your left? Okay.
And considering we already have severe brain damage, it's not like much worse could have happened.
Right, eyes aren't the same as. Anyway, so we cut out the back seats and we rolled this truck in. Funnily enough, we had to push it up a ramp, so
Yeah.
that was kind of hard too. But we're both strong, and after getting warmed up on the saws, we were kind of that was like our main workout. So use the legs, not the back. You got to be safe. And we rolled that in and pulled the brake. Electric car, right? Not because not first gear, because normally you'd put it in first gear so it doesn't roll away. So just pull the brake. He sat in the car because we want to have his foot on the brake because
Just in
extra.
case.
Yeah, if that thing starts rolling backward, I believe it would just bust through the
Yeah,
back.
we
and just-
did duct tape the back on.
Yeah.
And although duct tape is very reliable, we wanted to be safe and make sure.
Yeah.
'Cause
So, I
it's-
mean,
That was horrifying.
oh, they're not home.
Oh,
Okay.
it's birds. It's birds. It's birds. Okay.
We thought. Okay, we
thought they just came home.
back, but the house is settling in the cold, and there's some birds.
There's a bird. Oh, hi.
Wow, look at that nature.
And it's gone.
Gorgeous. Yeah,
God, gotta love the environment.
just like my parents. So we were on the highway with Brunk's car in the back of this bus that was freshly sawed off,
Yeah.
basically. We were able to get back, and that took like another hour and a half because stop
Bus.
signs, bus, and car inside bus.
Car inside bus.
So that was a little
With
bit
duct
of a
tape
hassle.
holding on the back, don't want to go too fast there.
Yeah, we don't want to take sharp turns. 'Cause,
Yeah.
because of the extra weight and it's top heavy.
But
we can,
see,
like, tip over and
The
stuff.
worst part is we actually made it off the highway. We made it to our hometown perfectly fine.
I did realize that is also the reason I did put duct tape in because I knew we were going to put the car inside.
Yeah.
And if cops went to look inside, it's like, wait a minute, 2 vehicles in one? That's not right. And then we get pulled over because we're drunk driving, kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
There was extra handles on the back, so we also had to drink because we didn't want to get mad at each other. So
Yeah,
we
it was
decided
it was a
to-
stressful situation.
It was. It really was.
Decided the most appropriate action would be to drink and drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ran some stop signs, but nobody was there, I think.
It was 3 a.m.
It was also 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So, just for an extra time frame for you guys, he left his place at 7. Took what? It would be a 3-hour drive here, so it took 2 hours. You were an hour away.
Yeah, and
And
then
then
it
I
took
got
you
to
2
your
hours.
place. Well, you said you I got there at 2 because I took a little bit of time to.
Yeah, I left around 7. I got there about 9,
You got stuck at
9:30.
9, yeah.
I didn't call you immediately though. There was definitely
okay.
some time. Like I
Okay,
first was
okay.
like, "What's wrong with my car? Should I check
You
it
tried to,
out?"
like, check it out,
Pulled
okay.
it over, threw up the hood, see if I could see the dead cat, and I could just throw it out. Wasn't there.
That's that's when
Yeah,
that's
I
not
inspected my car, obviously, being a mechanic and all.
good. Yeah, and then called me, who's not a mechanic, and then I had to do my own thing with the bus, and then go get tint, and then go get the tools, and then the duct tape, which was all in the same spot because Home Depot's pretty efficient like that. And then got to him at around
I'd say it was.
3:30. It took me a minute.
It might have been a bit earlier, but it was
earlier?
definitely after midnight by a good amount.
Yeah. But so yeah, we were able to get off the freeway, and we were like, dude, after all this work, we're hungry as fuck.
Oh God, I forgot
Starving.
we did this.
Because you didn't even eat dinner before you left, huh?
Hold on, but should we admit to this? Because this is we destroyed that drive-through, and if we admit to this, they're gonna find us. That bus was too big for that drive-through, and we just.
Well, it was a random Carl's Jr. just in the middle of nowhere. So
Yeah, but
I probably shouldn't have said
I don't
Carl's
think there's a
Jr..
bunch of buses going through drive-throughs and just we took down the roof, bro.
We did give him a hella tip though.
$6 is not
Okay,
gonna pay.
listen, man, they're making only like what 14, 13, 12 an hour.
Yeah, we doubled their salary.
did.
But now the store's gonna pay thousands of dollars in
Yes.
structural damage
Yes.
because of our bus.
We had masks though.
We were wearing masks. We were safe about it.
Yeah. But yeah, we went to the allegedly Carl's Jr.
Yeah, it could have been a Hardee's.
Could have been a McDonald's.
Could have been a Wendy's.
Could have been a Stacy's.
Stacy's mom.
I don't know where that is. So we got some allegedly Carl's Jr. I got the Impossible Whopper because
You did.
I'm a bitchy vegan. And what'd you get, Bryce? I was busy
All right.
eating my shit.
I got 2 double bacon cheeseburgers, 3 large fries, a curly fry, 2 milkshakes, 1 to throw out and give to the gods as a prayer. 6 of their donut bites things. I don't remember exactly what they're called, but like they come in packets of 4. So I got, I believe, 30 with
something
6,
like
12,
that. Yeah,
18,
something like that.
24. I got 24 little donut bites. To be fair, I haven't eaten in like 6 hours at this point.
Yeah,
so
we
I'm pretty
also went through
hungry.
a lot of stress, so we were kind of stress eating at the same time.
Yeah.
But
And as we said, we were drinking, so
Yeah.
we had no control. I spent like $600 at that Carl's Jr. though.
hey, we gave him a $6 tip though.
We did.
Hella.
We said it's a hella tip, but looking at our order, it was really only one person working
Facts.
that had to make all of that food.
Kind of feel bad.
Yeah, and we destroyed the. Why didn't they call the police?
I think he was drunk too. No, we gave him a handle. That's what it was.
That's like, yo, bro.
He was like, "Yo, dude," and he's like, "Bro, what the fuck?" And we just handed out a handle. He's like, "Yeah,
Never mind.
yeah, he's one of those guys.
Have a good day.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's not my problem.
So we ate. It was nice. We ate while eating and drinking
We ate while eating.
and driving.
That's good.
What the fuck? We ate while driving. We ate while driving and drinking because that's just what you do. You kill 3 bones. What
Kill
is
3
going on?
birds with 1
Maybe I'm
bone.
still
Like-
drunk. Kill 3 birds with 1 or 1.5 stones. You know,
I prefer to use large rocks.
not stones.
No, stones are too small.
But they're smooth. I mean, don't get. I
Aren't
mean,
only smooth stones smooth?
I mean,
Is it a stone if it's not smooth?
oh fuck.
I actually don't. I think that's
I don't.
I think that's a geologist question.
Geologist.
Yeah.
I think a rock person. Yeah.
That's
Good
what
old-
geologists are.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
I just think it's just one of those igists or ologists.
Wait, archaeologists? No, archaeologists,
Archaeologists,
do
The dinosaurs?
sort of. They do historical
Historical fossils.
historical
shit like
searching
that.
and fossils and all
Okay.
that. Geologists do rock studies.
Allegedly correct. Anyways, so
Yeah, back to our story.
Yeah, we were able to eat. We were able to drink a little bit more because like now that we had food in our stomach, the alcohol could absorb a bit easier.
Yeah.
and it was not making us throw up as violently, so it was better overall.
we
right?
should add the whole entire back of the bus at this point, under my car and all that,
Yeah.
is covered in throw up.
Yeah, not liquor though,
No.
because we did them a favor by taking out the seats. Just throw up. Throw up is better than liquor because
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure
I'd
most of
rather a
that
kid
throw up
smell like throw
wasn't
up than
ours.
liquor.
Considering how much that bus driver does drink, I feel like
That's
a decent amount
true.
was his.
That's true, but
Um,
yeah, we were able to get out of there. We drove a little bit more down the highway, and we didn't really want to return the bus. We did, but we didn't. Not in that state.
No,
you
not
know?
in that state.
Like, who cares about the seats getting taken out? but the smell was just rancid.
It's more the smell and the missing the back. I don't want any
Yeah.
kids falling out the back of the bus. That's
Yeah.
my fault.
So
I'll feel a little bit guilty. Might
we
get sued.
made another pass through Home Depot. Got like a staple gun. 'Cause
Yeah.
that really, and more duct tape.
more duct
'Cause
tape. Of
you always
course.
want to be safe with duct tape. But we went to Home Depot, got a little bit extra supplies, and then we're like, you know what? We're kind of tired. This is probably not a good time to work on the bus again.
Yeah.
Because in the past, we did something similar to this, except it was an RV.
Yeah.
And that we remember when we did that.
Yeah,
we worked on it
we-
like 2 or 3 times on one night, and we slept for like
Exhausted,
2,
man.
3
We
days
literally
straight.
slept 3 days straight. The people actually almost came home that time. We got out like
Dude, that
an hour
was-
before. We were going for a walk around the block,
You know
and
what's
we
funny?
see them pull up, and we just kept walking.
We just kept walking, and it was great because they were looking at the RV in front of their house, like staring at it. Thank God they didn't go inside because it was fucking trashed. But they were staring at the RV, which gave us time to walk away, buy supplies at Home Depot. Home Depot, your clutch. And then come back, clean the inside. They were still looking at the RV, weirdly enough. Probably from all the money that was in there from like the stores we robbed.
Yeah. Yeah, we committed a lot of bank robberies that time.
Yeah.
I mean, we wanted to make it a good Christmas for everyone.
I mean, we did leave it there for them. So maybe that's why it's okay that we like took some
we
of the
we also
TVs.
robbed a bank because we wanted to help at a toy drive.
Yeah.
And so we went and robbed a bank, and then we went
Because like
to
they have a lot of money. Right?
Yeah. We went and robbed a bank, and then we went to a mall, and we basically just, you know how they have like those Christmas trees that are filled with like what kids want for Christmas? We took all of them and just bought out stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did a good deed with it, but we did rob a couple banks to do it.
Yeah. The security officers were nice. Dude, giving authorities handles of liquor for some reason just lets
Way
us buy.
more effective than you think.
Yeah,
it'd be.
it's kind of crazy. Maybe they just needed the most,
Yeah.
Because they seemed a little more stressed than us.
They seem real stressed
Yeah.
all the time.
Maybe from the coke, but I mean,
All right,
liquor
if
always
you
eases it out.
were a police officer, would you use what you seize?
huh?
Would you use what you seize?
UCs?
You seize when you seize something.
Would you use it?
Take it? Yeah.
I mean, so if there's enough, because when you report something, right, you want to get at least some evidence to put it
Yeah.
in like the evidence locker
Yeah,
room.
you need
whatever
enough
they
to
have.
send them to jail, obviously.
Yeah, but the other like 90% of it, you can fucking,
Yeah.
you don't have to report it. You can take it
Yeah.
home with you, save it a little bit for later, sell it.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah.
Yeah, good-
but
good
only
money
with
out of it.
meth.
Right, because that's
Yeah.
profitable.
Yeah, meth is profitable. Everything else, it's a little bit of a waste of your time.
That's why you do it yourself.
We've been in the drug trade a little bit.
Yeah.
It's an interesting market. I will say heroin and meth are by far your biggest profit margins. But
Yeah, and if you want to go real crazy, people like
ketamine.
good old K, MDMA. That's a fun one. And then the spiritual people like DMT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do have to be careful though. We have blown up a couple different people's houses in the process.
Yeah.
That RV, I forgot we had a mini explosion in there.
Dude, thank God it wasn't a big propane
Yeah, I
tank.
remember we took everything out of the oven. We were cooking in the oven, and then the whole entire oven exploded.
Yeah, we probably should have had like a fire detector in there, because I remember when we took that walk, those people checking it out, it was still going.
Yeah, we had it cooking. I'm surprised.
Are they
the
okay?
people-
I don't remember
haven't
checking.
checked on 'em.
Okay. I don't even know their name, so
I don't even know I don't remember where that was.
yeah, we were coked out of our minds.
Anyways, back to this story that we're telling currently.
We want to finish this one.
We finished at Carl's Jr. We're heading back up the highway. We're about 20 minutes away from
Yeah,
where
we
we are right now.
already went to there was a Home Depot nearby, so we already got that for the staples and the duct tape, and just to make sure the back is still good for when we return. But we were a little too tired, so we wanted to find a nice rest stop, and then you can
Yeah, we wanted to find a nice rest stop. So we said, you know what, let's go find a neighborhood. It's the holidays, people are traveling, and let's see who's kind of not in town.
yeah.
We kind of begin doing that, but see, obviously we know we're going to be doing this. So Ragnar has been staking out this neighborhood in this area for quite some time
look
now.
at this. It's beautiful, isn't
It's
it?
beautiful. Literally,
Like you guys might not see, but around us is like a lot of like nature vibes.
No, yeah, we're living in
green.
luxury right
Yeah, it's
now.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
living in luxury.
Yeah.
But we weren't sure we were going to be able to make it to here tonight. So we actually started looking around different neighborhoods. And that's when something really, really weird happened.
So I'm just making sure this. Yeah, this is seeing the blue light on the microphone. It's working. We're good.
That's when something really, really weird happened. Kids were actually lining up outside to get on the school bus. And
Yeah,
it's
the one
like
we were-
5 in the morning.
And it was the holidays too. which was extra strange.
Yeah, and all of them were wearing this weird like preppy uniform and all that. Like,
Was it the white one with the hood?
yeah. It was pretty pointy.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see what was in the front because we kind of kept driving because we didn't know what to do. We're just like, oh, there's a line.
Yeah, it
Why
was
are
a
they
bunch
all-
of ghosts.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
bunch
It was
of
like,
kids
dude,
in ghost
Halloween's already
costumes.
gone. Like, come on, man.
lining up outside, waiting to get on the school bus.
Yeah.
And we were a little bit confused. A couple of them were literally like shouting at us, like, "Hey, let us in!" And we were like, "I don't know."
They had a
these
funny
people."
accent. That's
They
what I
did.
liked about
They
them.
talked a lot like this. They
Yeah, it
were
was pretty
like,
funny.
"Hey, look at that yellow bus." I hate yellow things.
They did say that.
Yeah,
They did say that.
they said a lot of things that
They
we
did say
can't
a lot
really
of things.
repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But remember, we were really having fun with the.
I think I might have hit a few of them on accident. On accident.
I did see some of them like in between the bottom of the bus and the wheel, kind of like stuck, wedged in there.
Ooh,
But
did
they
you
were
get 'em out?
lubing the wheel up, so it was okay. Like the blood lubed it up, so it was
Ah,
fine.
that's good.
Like,
Okay,
We didn't
okay.
stop or anything. It just
Good.
kept grinding
Good.
away.
Good.
So it was okay in the end.
Okay.
But
yeah, we get to that neighborhood, we drive around for a bit, we see all the weird ghost kids, and we're like, you know what? Maybe this place isn't for us.
There we go.
But
Yeah.
now the problem is we have a bunch of blood on our bus because I just accidentally hit a couple ghost children.
And that doesn't look good on the outside.
It
of
doesn't.
The bus.
It doesn't.
If
look
it was
good.
Halloween, it may have been okay.
Yeah,
but we kind of
but
missed that by a couple months.
middle
so,
of Christmas, I
yeah,
don't think we'll
doesn't-
get away with that one.
If we had some green in there, it would have been festive.
Facts, you could have just thrown green paint on it and really saved us a lot of trouble.
But we would have to park it outside the store, and people would have looked at it.
eventually someone would have realized, and it probably smells.
It probably did smell.
Yeah. So that's when we were like, oh crap, we really got to clean this off. And we're like, what better way to clean this off than to drive it into a lake?
Dude, that was probably our best idea yet.
I think it was our best idea until we couldn't get it out of the lake.
I mean, it was like half sticking out, but it looked like one of those, like those like abandoned places you go and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, look at that wrecked up car with bullet holes in it.
Yeah.
But a bus in a lake
Yeah, it's just a bus in a lake.
with some white coated people.
Yeah, with some paint.
Yeah,
Some red paint.
red paint.
And a lot of alcohol.
Yeah, but that's probably the last thing they'll be wondering about when they see a bus.
A bus covered
We
in
did
red.
get your car out though,
We did. We were able to back my car out and kind of just like,
because like we drove front first, obviously.
Yeah.
And then we couldn't go any further because I think like the mud was really messing
no,
up the
I think
wheels.
I accidentally drove it too low in, and I think we
Yeah.
started getting water to flood the engine.
Yeah.
And once you do that, the engine's shot. You're
just
not saving it.
good. Yeah.
So we decided, you know what, let's save my car. We backed it out. It's still making the weird dying cat noises. But that's when we opened the car and a dying cat fell out of my exhaust.
Yeah, that was really weird because didn't you check it a couple times?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But we found the dying cat and suddenly my car was working great again.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good. We went through all that really for nothing. Turns out I should have just shoved an extension cord down my exhaust pipe and grabbed the dead cat out of there. But
Yeah.
you live and you learn.
You do live and you learn.
Anyways,
I'm glad we did that though. It was a good experience.
it was a great experience. It was a lot of fun.
Bus.
And
Because
then
like now we know it's better than the RV.
Yeah. And we got my car working after we got the cat out. We drove here, hopped over the fence, and now we're hanging out here for the weekend.
Yes. Let me adjust my cock.
Ooh.
Okay, we're good now.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Nice cock.
Thanks.
As you guys know, obviously, this is being released 2 days after New Year's. Ragnar, do you
yeah.
have any exciting New Year's resolutions or anything like that?
New Year's resolutions. So that's a nice thing to think about because when you think about New Year's resolutions, it's more of like hopefully positive changes in your life. Like
What are some negative changes you want to
negative changes that I want to make?
make? Yeah.
I wish we hit more of those hooded kids.
Yeah.
So maybe in the future when we take another bus out, if you ever hear a dying cat in your car, don't check it as thoroughly because maybe we can try again.
Yeah,
'Cause
take
if
two.
If we take the order of events correctly and time it really good,
No, yeah,
maybe
I think
we'll
we
run
could
into the same
execute that
line.
real well.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll maybe a couple more white-headed children under the bus. Wheels on the bus go around.
Round and round.
And another one that I really want to, a negative one.
Yeah?
Because we're on the talk of negative changes. The one I want to get to is I want to get fatter.
I understand that,
Yeah.
honestly.
Because, like, you know how back in the day, like really back in the day, like kings were known as great when they're big and fat because they have a
Yeah.
lot of money so they can like, eat a lot of food.
Yeah, if you're rich, you can afford food, so you could afford to
Yeah.
eat. So rich, you were rich if you were fat.
Yes. And you were basically what's the opposite of frowned
It was
upon?
literally the exact opposite of our social standard today.
Right.
Of the fatter you were, the more attractive you were, because you could tell they had more money.
Because I want to bring that trend back. you
Yeah,
know?
I agree. I think you should have to be at least 500 pounds to be allowed in the grocery store.
That's facts. Because or else you're just too poor.
Yeah, what are
know?
you even doing there?
Yeah. Anyway, so we dropped the bus off and got your car out, got the cat out, and we're able to make our drive back over to kind of this neighborhood area that we were taking a peek at. The hooded children were gone. There was still some red paint, but, when is there not? When there's children.
I mean, it was a different neighborhood, but
It was.
Yeah, we went to one like 20 miles south of here.
Yeah,
But
I wanted to pass by to see if we can, I wanted to do it again.
see if we
I
could
didn't
get a
tell
second
you,
high
but
score. But I want to do it in my car because it's white.
That's fair.
And if we did it
Your
in
car is
my
white.
car, it's a lot easier to trace. The school bus, it's gonna go back to the school and they're like,
Yeah, they're
it was the alcoholic bus driver.
Totally,
again.
totally.
Yeah.
Damn, threw him under the bus.
Yeah. As far as negative changes in my life, I'd like to make.
Yeah.
I definitely want to start eating more junk food.
good.
I think my I think my cholesterol level is just too good.
Yeah, because, all good things must come to an end.
Yeah.
And if you can control that for yourself,
Exactly.
that's actually, gives you greater control and prosperity in your life.
Like my dad, he tries to take care of himself. He's got really bad blood pressure and all that. So
Yeah.
I might as well get mine up now so I can be in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to be able to beat that,
Yeah,
It's
beat
a
it to the punch.
Be competitive with all aspects of
If
life.
I'm in control of my blood pressure, I can be the one that says, you know what, you're going to go up now, and I can eat a bunch of junk food.
Yeah. That's very inspirational, Bryce.
Yeah. Another one is I want to start insulting more people.
Why is that?
I think I'm just too nice.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're kind of getting pushed around in a way?
Not even pushed around. I help people way too much.
And
I should just be mean.
wow.
One time, there was this homeless guy sitting there all by himself asking for money. Who does he think he is? Asking, and you know what I did?
What'd you do?
Do you know what I did, Ragnar?
What did you do?
I gave him $5.
Whole dollars?
You know what I should have done?
What did you do?
I should have walked up and dumped a fucking energy drink on his head and been like, get some energy, pussy.
Get it into your pores.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Stop being nice to people. It's a disease.
Fueling all the hatred-filled people out there. God, these guys are right. We gotta commit more hatred.
I think there should be more hate crimes in
Oh my
2022.
God. I just realized. I think the lighting, you're a little whiter than we expect. Maybe. I don't know from here.
Should I move back a little bit? Should I move forward a little bit? Where am I? I can't see the screen from here. I'm not gonna lie to you. So
Look
know
towards this. Okay, honestly, there you're fine. Just because the shade, the tree shade is inconsistent. So
Ooh,
sometimes.
actually,
it
if that
makes it
reminds me of my last resolution.
Okay.
I want in 2022. I want to do enough sun tanning and enough sunbathing that I get cancer.
Nice.
Yeah, skin cancer.
Okay.
I think that has been proof of an effective tanning year.
That is because it is getting hotter.
It's getting hotter every year,
yeah.
obviously, because
And it'll make it a little easier. So that is easier on you. That's a good resolution.
Yeah,
That's kind of
yeah.
smart. Because if you did that 20 years ago, when we were both obviously alive, then it might be a little. It'll take a lot.
there
It'll
wouldn't
take
be
more long.
we wouldn't have the research
Right.
to be able to treat it. But I feel like if I get skin cancer now, I'll get it removed. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm a cancer survivor. Feel bad for me.
And then you can be mean to people. And have
Yes,
a reason.
and I can be mean to people, and they try and be like, "You're an asshole." I'm actually a cancer survivor.
I'm actually a cancer survivor, and I'm still in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Suck my cock, and then they'll do it, and then you'll just be
happy.
happier. So,
Anyway,
back to what we were talking about, the story. Now we got New Year's resolutions out of the way. We able to get his car out, the bus, cat out, drove around 20 miles down from the neighborhood we were looking at with
Yeah.
the other hooded kids, and we found. I was keeping an eye out for a couple of these backyards over here because fucking beautiful, and I noticed, like I said, the house next door. They left the day before yesterday, or the day before the day it happened, but they came back the day after, and I was like, okay, so that's obviously not good. They have a habit of coming in and out. That's not what we want. But this place that we're standing in now, I was like, they haven't been here since the first time they left, which was the 2 days before. So you know what? Maybe they're probably on a flight.
yeah,
Because either you're gone for 2 to 4 days because I don't know how long we wanted to stay here. It is a nice place. We might get
very nice
attached,
place.
and then we'll have to rip it away from each other like a Band-Aid. But obviously, if they're away for like a week, we could stay here for a couple days, 2, 3, and
Considering
then
how
clean up
close-
one.
So we do record these podcasts about a week and a half in advance. I would say, considering how close it is to Christmas, at this point, when you travel during the holidays, you either travel like 3 days or like a week before Christmas and get back like 3 or 4 days before Christmas actually starts, or you leave 3 or 4 days before Christmas starts and you get back right after Christmas.
After Christmas,
And so they left 3 or 4 days before Christmas starts. So I feel like we have at least till Christmas
yeah.
to kind of spend our time here.
Yeah, and maybe we can even celebrate Christmas, and they'll come back the day after because maybe they're
Yeah.
doing it with family. You know, that's all we support that.
We
as
did.
well.
I did see they have presents under the tree.
Do they?
Yeah, but
Wait, in this house or the
yeah,
other one?
no, and the, we should check the neighbors as well. We should be Grinches. Oh, that's
Oh,
such a
that'd be
good idea.
epic.
That
Do you think it's too late to buy coal? Like, from,
we should go in and break into every person on the street's house.
steal the presents from the inside, rewrap it with coal.
No, we should unwrap every present very carefully and rewrap everything the
Yeah.
exact way it was, but instead it's just filled with coal.
Yeah,
That's really good.
we might
That's
be
a
able to
good
find some
prank.
cool stuff too.
That's a good prank.
Yeah, you know what'd be better?
What?
Take their tree
We should just break into people's houses and take their tree.
and just leave the ornaments that we don't like.
We left the ones we thought were ugly.
But we'll like set them on fire and have them all charred so they look really terrible.
No, even better, we should leave all like the normal ass ornaments, but we should take all the ornaments that are like family mementos and stuff.
Oh, like the family pictures or the
like
ones
the
that
family
probably mean
picture
a lot.
ornaments and
Yeah.
stuff. We only take those ones.
God, they're great people.
And we leave like the basic like red and blue and orange.
Because we still want to be festive,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I would want to take the lights though. The lights are pretty. I do have a collection
Yeah.
of those every Christmas.
Yeah, I like to steal the largest
they
lights
do.
I can find.
Oh, there are. It's like one of those. The house that we're looking at in here, that we're in the backyard of, that has
Yeah.
like gold lights, not quite red.
I'm pretty
and
sure those
blue,
are
or
attached
red,
to the tree
green.
though, because they're pretty randomly placed.
Is it wrapped or random?
No, those
placed?
those couldn't be wrapped. Look how on like
That's
even
true.
it is.
No, I see what you mean.
There's no rhyme or reason.
We'll figure it out when we decide to
Hello.
go inside.
You worked.
It's fun because we live here.
Yep, we live here. Definitely not in someone else's backyard.
Yeah. So we were able to come here with Bryce's car, and because it wasn't a bus, people
Didn't really question it.
Yeah, didn't really give us weird looks. We were dressed as we are now because it's getting a little chilly. But Bryce looks good. I think I look okay.
Oh, you're cute.
Nothing too suspicious. Thank you, by the way. But yeah, we were here. There's like a trail. But you might. You probably guys don't hear it.
That's
but
what I was just waving at.
yeah,
There was
there's
some dude in the trail.
people hiking. And it's the morning, as you can tell. There's people hiking. It's a beautiful day. People like mountain biking, that kind of thing. So we went through back here on the trail. We took a look over at some of the houses' backyards. That's when I noticed, like, oh, they're still home. Probably not a good idea. And Bryce was like, hey, these guys are still out from when you told me that they left originally. And I was like, well, maybe this is it.
Maybe this
Maybe
is it.
maybe it's their spot this year.
And I think it is our spot. We got a good recording area for our
They have like
podcast.
an awning up here, which is really, really nice.
It's really nice. They also have a hot tub.
Yeah.
I think we definitely scored this year.
Yeah, we definitely. They have a grill here too.
Especially compared to last year in that backyard. Oh my god.
They didn't even have like fences.
No, remember? So we thought that backyard, we thought it'd be really nice because it has a pool, but it had the cover on the pool, and we
Yeah,
didn't know.
yeah,
When we
yeah.
took off the cover, it was empty.
Dude, there was also frogs in there.
It was literally empty, and there was just a bunch of like animals in the
It was
bottom
really
of it.
weird. You know what's funny? There was like feeding bowls, like for
Yeah.
dogs, but like 2 or 3, like just tossed around. It was really weird. Like, do you think they were meant to be there? Or?
The more I think about that, I'm starting to think those might have been like illegal animals that were like snuck in.
There was a dead giraffe.
There was a dead giraffe. I forgot about the dead giraffe.
It was covered by like all the other animals.
Yeah, there was a giraffe. I believe there was a couple hyenas. There was the 3 frogs.
That's the laughing I was hearing.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's why I was laughing all
totally
the
thought
time.
The like kids were home or something.
No,
And I was
no,
like, dude,
it was
I'm
the
freaking out.
hyenas.
I'm tweaking from this.
Yeah, there was some hyenas.
Okay. When I was a kid, hyenas used to be my favorite animal because of the way they laughed.
You want to know something funny?
What's up?
My favorite animal is called a serval, and it's from the same family as a hyena, but it has the fastest reaction time in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
Like out of any animal? Or
Out of
like the
any
family?
animal in the world, it has the fastest reaction
How do you
time.
test that?
You go, damn, that motherfucker fast.
and it reacts to that really fast.
No, but literally it's like a speeding bullet.
Okay.
Like if they have to put the food on like a feeding stick because you put your hand out, it's just gonna grab your whole hand off.
Yeah.
Because it's so fast. So you put the food on a feeding stick, and as soon as it gets like within reach, it's just gone.
Damn.
No, they're crazy. I gotta show you some videos of servals after. They're dope.
Sure.
They're really cool. Just choking on all that alcohol.
Yeah.
Choking on my puke.
Is it spitting up again?
Because we're so hungover.
You need me to
Puke
catch
in your
some for
mouth?
you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Think you could catch my spit?
From here?
Yeah.
If you give it enough arc. Don't do it.
Imagine, bro.
No.
I was like, this would be such a
Tasty.
funny bit, but like, is it worth it?
You get a loogie in there.
I did not check how long we've been going for, so.
That's all right.
Should I check real quick?
Yeah, real fast.
Okay.
We parked. We're back here. It took a minute to get all the stuff here. I don't know why I didn't clean up the cables before transferring the stuff from our car to back here.
Yeah.
I kind of just dragged them along because I was a little hungover from like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, our cable
Or
management
before.
right now is not good.
Yeah, but we were able to get it done. Got like a really good 4 hours of sleep.
Really good.
Really good.
Really good.
Really heavy. Threw up a bit over there in the plants, but
Yeah.
hopefully it doesn't kill them because those plants are pretty. But
A lot of pretty plants over here.
yeah, we set up before we woke up because we knew that we were going to be like,
Yeah, we knew the second we woke up, we were going to be so
Yeah.
druggy and
yeah. And
dying.
it's weird that they have a coffee machine out here because we were able to wake ourselves up a little bit with that. Thank goodness for that. It's
I mean, we
kinda-
did also go to Starbucks.
We did.
Yeah, the
we
coffee
did.
machine was kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like leftover.
Yeah. We
leftover
brewed
coffee.
a pot of coffee here, and we had like enough to kind of be like, okay, we're
You're
awake.
probably gonna
Let's go to
drive.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
We got real coffee.
Yeah. And nobody questioned us because no bus.
No bus.
Yeah.
That honestly,
Nice work,
driving
car.
the bus into that lake might have been the best decision we've
Because
ever
like
made.
if we left it anywhere else,
anywhere else, I feel
somebody
like we're
would've
being
found it
arrested
and
right
went
now.
in it. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Tracked it back to us somehow.
But in the lake, all of our evidence was destroyed by.
I did put some take out the gas cans, dump a bit, set on fire, and it was in the lake, so it wasn't like
Yeah, we weren't going to start a forest fire. Or anything, but-
right. I'm sure it combusted at some point because it's all like closed off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably
I
should have
mean,
taken the tent with me too.
But the tape was holding it on, and all of that.
well, yeah, but
gas.
eventually it's just going to heat up so much, it's just going to explode. But it is in the water, so
True.
maybe someone thought it was like, oh, probably some fireworks for
I
Christmas.
wonder if they found. I really do wonder if they found it.
You know that when we think about it, because the back of the bus was facing out. You gonna shit yourself? I understand. So the back of the bus was facing out with the
Yeah.
duct tape. So I'm assuming that was the part that blew open. And
Well, remember we untaped that to get my car out first.
we did do that.
I retaped it. I didn't retape it well by any means.
I just closed it. I don't know if you put extra tape on it.
I just used the tape we already had and kind of just smacked it.
It was hard swimming out too, because that definitely it was cold as fuck, man.
So
oh my god,
cold.
yeah, it
Oh
was
my
super
God.
cold. The alcohol kind of
warms
kept
your
us
body.
numb, yeah,
Yeah.
but it was you still felt it,
Mhm.
still feel it at that point, but yeah, it was nice seeing the fire in there because it was really satisfying. I always like the color of flames.
Yeah, we did a little bonfire. We did hang out there for like 10-15 minutes
Mm.
and kind of like hung out,
Yeah,
sang a couple
warmed our
holiday
hams
songs.
up. Yeah, been able to recover from the water.
Yeah. Warmed up
Um,
our clothes. We both stripped naked and put our clothes in the
I tried.
fire.
It was funny. I tried doing it before getting in the water and throwing it to the shore, but I just fucking missed and hit the water.
Yeah,
so
it
my
was so
clothes were
fun.
just so
You
soaked.
took your shirt off and threw it and it just
threw it,
landed in the water.
And I expected it to have weight to it, but because it's an empty shirt, it just floated
It
down
was
to
so,
the water.
He was so confident, like, Ragnar, that's not going to work.
I'm
He's
like,
like, I
Bryce,
got
dude,
this,
just
I got
take
this.
yours off. Just
Throw it
watch,
to the
just
shore
watch,
and then
yeah.
we'll swim. He's like, I'm like, Ragnar, that's not going to work. He's like,
Yeah.
trust me, bro. I know what I'm doing.
I should have just held it above my head like you did and just walked over.
Holy fuck, we're idiots. You're
What?
not going to.
Uh,
There's an emergency exit on the roof, Ragnar.
we were submerged in water. There was
we
water
could've-
around us.
We could have climbed through the emergency. We didn't have to go through the door?
But we were still surrounded by water because we were almost in the middle. Not quite in the middle, but
No, but like the back of the bus was enough where I could get my car out.
yeah.
So we could have climbed up onto the roof and then jumped. But no matter what, we're
I mean,
gonna
we
have
could
to
have
jump
jumped-
into the water because we couldn't.
we cold've-
It
we
would have been
could've-
like a 13-foot fall.
We could have went further though.
Yeah, we
Like,
could have
jumped a little
spent less
further
time in the water.
the water,
at least,
yeah.
though. Yeah, that was
Because
pretty stupid
at the
of us.
beginning it was fucking deep.
It was deep.
Like
it was cold.
Bryce is a little taller than me, so I kind of like my nose hit under. I'm like, oh fuck. So I kind of like struggled. I wasn't holding my clothes up like he was, but your clothes were only a little wet.
I only carried. I was like, you know what? I have a better idea. I'm gonna carry my top half because I don't like when my nipples get like touch wet things. It feels weird.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of creates some
Chafing.
Oh, fuck chafing.
It's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take off my top half. I'm gonna hold that above water, and I'm gonna kick with my legs, kind of keep myself above water and all that. And I did that. Kept my jacket and my shirt dry. My pants, they're Nike Dry Fit, so they dry real quick.
Yeah.
It was a
fire
really
helped a lot
effective
with that,
strategy.
too.
Yeah, and the fire, our pants were dry like
See,
that.
if we had a dryer, our shit could have like shrunk.
True.
So it was kind of good that
I
we
think
had
the
fire
was almost as effective or more effective than a dryer.
Yeah, because it's not like we're just hanging it out to dry. There was like nice heat.
No, yeah, it
going
was
up
like
to
a
it.
giant flame.
We were surrounding it,
Yeah.
getting warm ourselves. But yeah, so enough backtracking. So we finally made it here, and should we talk about what we plan on doing for maybe the next day with the house? Because they're probably not going to get back until a lot after Christmas, like we said.
I mean, we just need to be careful with what we say, because anything we admit to
right
can be used against you in the court of law.
Oh, you are a lawyer after all.
Mostly.
Or almost.
Not technically.
On the
but
process.
I'm in the
bit.
process.
Yeah.
I say as I just admit to a bunch of felonies. I think
Allegedly.
I've admit to like 15 felonies on this podcast.
Yeah. It's all right. It wasn't on camera at least.
Here's what I think we have a couple different ideas.
Yeah.
I know I want to do a slip and slide on the stairs because they're like curly stairs. And
That
I feel
is
like if we
fun.
bank the walls, we could like run at them and just like fly
Yeah.
down the stairs.
Yeah. We got to watch out for the elliptical, because that is kind of in front.
Yeah.
So
We can move it, I think.
can move it.
Both of us can
I do want to
glide.
use it first before we unplug it, because
True.
like it's just sitting there, right? I don't want it to collect dust for too long. I might as well do them a favor, keep it nice and warm.
Yeah,
for them.
exactly.
I like exercise. Working, probably good work, sweating off the alcohol.
You know what we should do?
What's up?
We should re-roof their house.
I didn't quite notice the roof. Yeah, it is.
Imagine we just went up there and changed the color of their shingles. Wouldn't that be so funny? Like we just gave them like
Pure comedy.
bright pink shingles.
Yeah.
The HOA association would be pretty pissed.
Not our house.
Not our house.
That
not our
definitely makes it
problem.
okay.
Imagine they go away for the holidays and you come home and someone's broken into your home, hasn't taken anything, but they've changed the color of your roof.
That'd be brilliant.
That's such a good like. I don't want to call it a prank because that's past a prank. That's like that is a crime.
Yeah, for sure. Look gorgeous though. Imagine seeing that overhead. You could spot it out easily.
Imagine, I just wouldn't think it's my house. Like imagine you
Yeah.
pull up, you see like where'd
Did
my
I
house
turn on the
go?
wrong street?
Like you go back down, you try and
Dude.
find your house.
I know what we can do. We change the roof on a lot of these people's houses in the neighborhood, and then change all the street signs.
I was saying the exact thing about it. We repaint and change the roofs on
Yeah.
all the houses on this street, and then change the street sign.
Better yet,
everyone that tries to come home.
Move the stop signs as well, so people get really disoriented. People get really confused.
Dude, even better, we just start taking houses out of their foundation and
Yeah.
moving them around entirely.
Make new roadways.
Yeah,
for new
yeah.
like people to go up to. Put those other houses
like we
in there.
repave this behind us and we move the house and we rotate it. And so
Yeah,
like, they
and
get
they're
here
like,
like, where'd my
this
house
looks a little
go?
different. Probably not our house, huh? They're like, no, let's maybe we missed a street, and then before they know it, they're doing other things. Oh, are they home? Oh, that's their. I don't know their dog was still home.
They have a
I'd
dog?
figure they.
Oh, shit.
Oh, there's two of them. Okay, at least they can keep themselves company.
Okay, they got... They think they're fed?
We should probably go to.
Yeah, we should feed their dogs.
PetSmart
later.
or something.
Yeah,
Or maybe they have some in there.
No,
We'll check
we just
later.
got to search. They definitely have food somewhere
Okay,
in the house.
for sure.
Maybe that'd be so cool. Imagine they had one of those automatic feeders.
Yeah, you're probably right. We haven't checked inside much, really.
No, we haven't
only
touched
peered through the
inside, like, at
windows,
all.
but there's only so much you could see through the windows.
Yeah, we literally got here like 2 hours ago. We set up the pod. No, not
We
2
woke
hours
up.
ago.
We woke up.
We
a
woke
couple
up 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
We got here like 6.
Yeah. That was nice.
Yeah, we set up our things. We went to sleep. We woke up like 2 hours ago. We kind of like did a trial run to see how we sound in the podcast. Went out, got coffee, got back, and started recording. So we've only really seen the inside from the windows and stuff. So
Yeah, because like last night, it was, I'll admit, a little blurry. I'm surprised I recalled as much as I did because I was half brain dead.
I don't know how we
driving.
remembered that much of the story.
Yeah.
I will say, I do have about an hour and a half of unaccounted for time where we could have definitely done a lot of things.
I know there's definitely some like empty spaces. And
Oh,
blips.
yeah. Like, how did we get an hour away to 30 minutes away? From when we put the bus together to when we got to Carl's Jr., none of it.
No, especially some part of like I don't even remember driving half of the time I did.
Were you driving?
The bus. I remember you were in the back holding the brake. I mean, you were in the back seat somehow for some of the time, but
I was driving my car.
fuck, were you?
I thought I was driving.
It was
bro.
a neutral, wasn't it?
I was
revving that
steering
engine?
just like you were. Nope.
You know what? Hey man, I'm glad you were because
I'm glad someone had their eyes on the road.
yeah. So one of us did. One of us was focusing. No, I was looking off at some of the pretty Christmas lights, so I wasn't quite. As long as I knew I drove straight when I see car lights in front of me. Granted, there was not many because 3
It was
a.m.
3 in the morning, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yummy.
And so yeah, I knew that because like the highways, at least here in Cali, are nice and wide. The main ones, at least, they're nice and wide. So
Very wide.
I knew the moment I hit the barrier, I was like, oh, okay. So just recorrect.
And it's not like it's
myself.
our bus, so it doesn't
Right.
really matter if you hit the barrier.
But like we said, the owner of that bus, get a little bit of a drunk, fun
Yeah.
guy. Just a bit of a
Telling
drunk.
you, they're questioning him before they ever question us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we did help him a bit because we took some handles out and drank it and threw it out.
Yeah, we
So
got rid of
we
a
did
lot
help
of the
a bit.
evidence, honestly.
There was only like 14 left. Where in the first case there was like
23, 24?
I honestly didn't even count at that point when there was a lot.
I would say it was at least 20.
I know we took out like a lot because especially when we threw it in the
lake?
river, in the lake.
We did make that
Some
lake.
came out.
There was probably a lot of drunk fish in that lake.
Yeah.
Oops.
You know what?
You live and you learn.
Show them a good time.
Yeah.
We gave them a special experience that most fish would not have
That's true.
because most fish would be inhaling oil instead of alcohol.
Yeah, we kept the oil out, the oil intake, we kept it out of the water,
Mm-hmm.
actually. It was just out. Pretty proud of us for that.
No, we actually did a better job than usual.
For fucking over everything like we normally do,
Yeah.
we did a very, very good job of maintaining a safe and secure environment.
We didn't hurt anyone other than those
As in
other
the
hooded
ghosted kids.
ghost
yeah.
kids. But
Yeah.
They kind of had it coming.
Yeah,
Like, why would you line up in the middle of the road with torches
in all white.
and all white?
It just doesn't really make sense.
I mean, I understand the all white because, like, the people on the road could see you better.
Yeah.
But it's 3 a.m.
I mean, at least they were wearing those things over their face so we couldn't see them. It kind of takes away, like, it dehumanizes them.
Right.
Yeah.
That's.
I'm
that
glad
that
I didn't
good.
have to see the kids' faces.
It was funny.
ran
I
over the
literally
bus.
imagined them as little ghosts.
Yeah.
Because they were kind of cute because, like, the eye holes and stuff.
Yeah, when I think about it, I don't think about like little hooded people. I think about like little ghosts that don't
Yeah.
have feet. Like, whoo!
Because I didn't see their feet. They were, like, nice and long, too.
Yeah, they were really long.
I wanted to take one, but the ones that were under the bus when we drove away were like all shredded up, so it was like
Yeah.
and covered with like red paint. So it was like
They seem to have a strong asphyxiation on you for some reason.
I thought so because when I was driving, I didn't tint the front.
Yeah,
because
of
that's
course.
illegal.
Yeah, yeah,
You don't
yeah.
want to do that.
You wouldn't want to break the
You don't
law.
want to break the law. I only tinted all the sides of it and the back, and I noticed that because like I looked back at you, you were doing a good job keeping your eyes on the road, so I'm like, okay, we're good. So I took out of a brake, took my hand off the wheel, feet off the brake, and I think that's why they looked because kind of slowed down because of it. So I was like, Bryce, why aren't you driving? And I looked forward. I'm like, why is there a wheel in front of me? Oh, that's why I'm driving. And then I got distracted, riddled with ADHD as we are. And I was like looking over. Hey, there's little ghosts. It's not Halloween. And they were all like doing something, looking at me. I'm drunk as fuck, so kind of impaired
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Blurry vision. One of my contacts fell off, by the way, when we were doing the sawing thing.
Oh, I'm
Because
sorry,
we didn't
man.
have the glasses. No, it's okay. I probably should have told you that, but
Yeah, you did. Why would I? I would not have let you drove if you were literally
I
driving.
was like
half
winking
blind.
at the road. One eye was good, so I was kind of just winking at the road.
Okay.
Yeah, but when I looked over, just blurry one side, but clear on the other, so I knew it was like the ghost people, children maybe, who knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were all. I could see it in their eyes. I saw, so how like if
All their eyes were blue for some reason.
yeah, it was funny because like how like when you have the ghost outfit and
Yeah,
the eyes
yeah,
are cut
yeah.
out, you can kind of see their whole eye.
Mhm.
But I saw a little bit of eyebrow, so I knew they were kind of like frowning, which is
Yeah.
really weird because I didn't think ghosts frowned like that. I thought it happened on the
Yeah.
white part.
Also, considering they were all coming together at 5 a.m. to meet, you'd think they'd all be pretty happy if they were doing that.
Right, because like it's the holidays, man.
Yeah, yeah. They were. I think they were going caroling or something rather.
They had to have been, yeah.
Yeah, but
They didn't sound very good.
But it was weird because I came to the front. I heard a bunch of shouting. They were shouting a bunch of things
yeah.
at
They
you.
didn't sound like.
I couldn't
very
really hear
good.
that. They might have been singing, but they were shouting loud.
It was like deeper, almost scarier voices.
Yeah.
Not Christmas like. So I was
yeah,
kind of
they were pretty. They might have been upset because we were running them over, obviously. But like,
right. Right.
I don't know. There was definitely some like hatred in what they were saying. But when I came to the front, all of them started looking at me really disappointed.
Yeah.
Like why am I with you?
Right.
It was weird.
It was weird. I did get that vibe.
It was a weird experience.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be going back to
I was
that
hoping to
neighborhood.
question the ones that were under the bus.
Yeah, I was hoping to
and the
get to have a
wheels,
conversation with one or
but
two of them.
I think just too much red paint.
Too much bus, yeah.
too much
Too
paint
much
was
bus,
lost.
not enough kid.
Yeah. Under it. Grinding away at their bones and muscle tissue. You know, that I
Anyways.
think of it, we probably left a couple arms behind. Maybe a leg or two.
Eh, costs you an arm and a leg to get gas these days. So
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I'm glad we didn't, though. Because when we were just running out of gas at the very end. and we were
true,
like, okay,
yeah.
Finally be able to get rid of this thing.
Imagine, we
And,
do need to go get more gas in my car pretty soon.
Yeah, we do
yeah.
got to do that. We didn't do that yet. We promised we would in the morning, and then we just forgot while we were
Mhm.
getting coffee because we were just so fixated on the coffee.
Yeah,
it is
coffee
saving
so
us.
good.
I got to pee, but it's okay.
Coffee does that.
That's what happens. Oh, it's people hiking. Just
Coffee
gotta pretend we
definitely
work
does
here.
that.
Yeah. You know what we should also do?
What?
We should also take all these people's blinds
That'd be so funny.
and really make the house like vulnerable, and everyone can see inside.
But we should break into all the bedrooms and only take the blinds on the bedroom.
They take the blinds in the bedrooms. We should take the doorknobs.
Even better, we break into all the bedrooms and take out all the blinds, and then we go along the path and set up observation decks with telescopes, all that point
Perfectly towards the house. Oh wow!
That's one of my more fucked up ideas.
Get a routine check on them every holiday. Jesus Christ! All right, it's not a bad idea.
No,
I
it's
think
not.
it's doable. You think we can make our own telescopes?
Um,
Just take like a couple,
I
like
think you just
magnifying
need-
glasses and whatnot.
Magnifying glasses,
And a
lenses,
tube.
and a tube
Yeah,
should be easy enough.
we can makeshift some of those. We're pretty crafty, you know.
We
could
are.
describe the bus we drove in.
Yeah, I mean, I built this chair.
Yeah. It was crazy. I was asleep and I heard some rustling, and you
Yeah.
were like weaving together.
I
these
literally
things.
just wicker weaved 2 chairs in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, they're like pretty stable too.
They're very stable. Quite honestly, I didn't think I'd do this good of a job.
Yeah,
But-
that's funny because like you usually do that when you're blackout drunk.
No, yeah,
You
I
make a lot of
love to
stuff.
wicker weave when
yeah,
I'm drunk.
you
man.
make like chairs, tables.
Oh yeah, I've made a good amount of tables.
One
in
time
my
you made a vest, but out of this material.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Do you remember the horse statue I made that one time? I drank like
Was
6
that-
handles and then like woke up and I was just like under a horse statue and the horse was like standing. It looked like the horse was like neighing, but I was actually drunk and I was picturing building another horse and they were gonna have sex.
Okay.
But like I only built the back horse, so it looked like the horse was like yay, all like strong and stuff.
totally see it now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
totally
Remember
see
when
it.
I did that?
I do.
Yeah.
I did want you to do the intercourse part because like having this material go inside of a makeshift vagina would be really like interesting
Yeah,
to look
yeah.
at.
But I never got drunk enough to make the second horse again.
Just waving to the dogs out there.
Yeah.
You know, they're pretty,
Waving to dogs.
they're
Dogs
gorgeous.
know how to wave.
Yeah. Oh, look at him. Oh, he's rolling over. Oh, I think he's choking. Oh. Oh no, he's good.
He's good.
The other dog knows CPR. Wow, that's a very
That was
dogs
impressive.
are intelligent. Dogs are intelligent.
That dog definitely just gave the other dog CPR.
Not mouth to mouth because the mouths are kind of weird, but he did do the like the little
Yeah,
two
like push
paws
on
on
his
the
chest twice.
Maybe that one dog has a knack of choking on
Yeah,
food and
it
whatnot.
might be trained, a CPR
Yeah.
trained dog.
Ah, so there is food in there. You're probably right about the automatic feeder.
Yeah,
He's
I
gotta be
would
choking
assume
on
so.
something.
I mean, he could be choking on his own self-esteem,
True.
just like I do.
Yeah.
I got so much of it. just
Can you give me some?
filled to the brim with ego.
Filled.
Filled to the brim. You could tell me I suck and I wouldn't believe you.
Yeah. Wow. Well, there's that.
Have any other fun or ideas or topics you'd like to talk about today?
Well, I'm not sure, because
I do. I have something I'd like to.
okay,
to
go
talk about
ahead.
At some
Go
point.
on.
With it being 2022, obviously not yet for us, but with
When this
this
comes-
being released in 2022,
Mhm.
what are some of your visions or plans for 2022?
Not resolutions, but more like
Not really, like goals almost. Like I would like to execute this, and I would like to.
Okay, so for 2022, that's an interesting one. I would really I want to play more piano. Because I used to play piano,
I do.
and that's one of the things that I've kind of lost.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't want to do it, it's just been slipping my mind a lot.
Mm-hmm.
and I know that I play it pretty decently, I think. And one of the things that I actually do miss is learning, like, sight reading songs
Yeah.
that I genuinely enjoy. Because when I did piano at the competitive level, I wasn't very good, but competitions were fun. I was actually able to perform in the Civics Arts Plaza a couple times. There was a competition that was it was like they brought like 90 kids together, and it was like contemporary pieces, or it was like the time period romantic pieces or classical pieces, and there was like only one of them. So like this is a contemporary competition or romantic competition, stuff like that. And the top 20% could perform it in the Civics Arts Plaza, and there was 3 judges, like certified musical judges, that would judge each performance, and of course in front of a crowd. So it was like a recital, but more of a competition like. And if you did good enough performing your piece, then they would call or email you and say, hey, you've been invited to play at the Civics Arts Plaza. You're part of the 20-30% that was picked, so congratulations. If you like to come, respond. If not, then they would pick the next
Someone
person.
else. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So that was great. I was able to do that, I think, like once or twice. And
That's sick.
it was fantastic. It was really good. It wasn't one of the big theaters in the Civics Arts Plaza. It was one of like the smaller ones off to the side.
But still,
But
you got
it was
you got to
it
play on
was
like
still
a
tall.
professional stage.
There was still like a small crowd because of the 30%. Their parents and families came by and watched it, and we also got like a kind of award kind of thing.
That's really cool.
So it was really great. That piece itself wasn't. It was more of because it had to be like a classical romantic, and I really like the modern, just simple but beautiful sounding songs. An example was "River Flows in Me." I don't remember who made that song, but I was able to learn that by myself, and I was very proud of it because it just sounds simple and pretty, and I could play it almost whenever I want. But yeah, I want to be able to get back into playing a bit more piano because it does lighten the mood.
Nice.
Sometimes, because things get dark, things get sad sometimes.
100%.
But
that actually is really close to kind of what I was gonna say for mine when I asked the question. Ever since I was like 13 years old, no younger, 8 years old, I've always loved playing instruments and all that. Like I've always been super.
What do you know how to play, or what did you play?
I used to play the guitar. I used to play a little bit of the piano.
That's what I wanted to learn after piano, the guitar.
I used to play the cello, and my
nice.
god, I love the cello.
That's
it
sick.
sounds so.
Is that the
beautiful.
big one?
It's the big
one? Okay.
string instrument. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the biggest one. It's the medium one.
Medium.
It's
do
not
you
like
hold
the
it, or
bass.
is it on the ground? Is the bass on the ground?
The bass is the big ass one that you stand up with.
Okay.
The cello is the one that they're sitting down, but like it goes from the ground to here.
I see.
That's the
I
cello.
see. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
But
How many strings are on that? 4 or 5?
string. It's a 4-string
Okay.
instrument. But ever since I was a kid, I've been really into like music and music production and all that. And I've never taken that step.
Yeah.
That step to
It
go
is a
from,
commitment because it's literally a brain exercise.
Yeah, but I've never taken that step to go from like, here's all these ideas and these songs, these creative things that like I want to do, and I've never taken a step like I have with YouTube, like I have with working out, like I have with all this. I've never taken that step to actually execute on my plans.
Now, with that instrument, either one of them that you were saying, are you more of like sight reading a piece, learning a piece, or do you like improv your own pieces?
I actually really want to get into like music production. Because I think
like creating your stuff, or
creating beats and music. And I'm not saying like I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm an artist, bro.
Yeah.
But like I think there are a lot of instruments that are ignored entirely in modern like music and all that. Like you get a bunch of synthesizers, you get a bunch of fucking like what are they called? Drums.
I don't know.
You get a bunch of like of the same piano, drums, guitar, synthesizer, like what are they called? The band instruments. What are those called? Brass.
There we go.
Brass
I was thinking of percussion, but yeah, brass.
Brass are super in right now, and I would love to just take like a cello and throw some fucking 808s under it.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know. I think there's just like a large amount of space where music has been explored, but it hasn't been explored to the entirety that it could be. And even though I myself am not like some pro musician or like an incredibly like talented music producer or anything, I just am really into like creatively like new and creatively new things, I think is the best way to put it. And so I want to challenge myself to try and come up with something new or something creative.
We should actually like go to an orchestra and like see one of those performances.
I love going to orchestras.
I remember like I did a little online class, like a music class, and one of the assignments was to basically they had like a clip of an orchestra playing that was like 15 minutes long. and holy crap, dude, it's different.
No, there's
Especially when you're in like one of those whatever halls they call
there's
it.
nothing better than being in a music hall and actually hearing like an orchestra live.
Oh,
I've always
gorgeous.
wanted to sit in like the front row of an orchestra.
We
'Cause
should do that.
it would be overwhelming how loud and like filled. Because when you're listening to an orchestra on like the internet or something, it's been compressed down to two instruments basically.
Yeah.
Like of course all the instruments are there, but it's been compressed down to a stereo setup of half of the instruments are in your left ear and half the instruments in your right ear. But orchestras have actually been set up specifically at that. The reason they're curved and all that, they have violins in a certain section, they have the violas in a certain section, they have the bass in the back right for a certain reason, they have the cellos on the right side for a certain reason, is because it creates a certain sound. If you move, the reason you move people around in certain songs is because it sounds different.
Oh,
There are
absolutely.
some songs where you need to switch your violas and your violins. And when you're in person and all that, it's so much more like
You feel it.
you're
You literally feel it
engulfed
more.
by the noise.
Yeah.
And every single instrument you hear it individually, but it's also being combined with all the other ones. And you
beautiful.
can look at one person playing their violin and you can almost pick out what they're playing over everyone else. But like it still sounds like it's like a sea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when you go to the ocean, you say, "Oh, those are ocean noises," but it's actually a million different noises that makes the ocean what it is. And
that's a very good way of describing
It's
it.
magnificent. I've only been to 2 orchestra concerts in person, and I
think I've been to
both of them.
one or two. It was I was doing like my competitive piano days
Nice.
where our piano teacher was like, "Hey, I'm taking like 20, 30 students, and we're gonna go see an orchestra. It's a little discounted because she's a professor in the one part of music. I think it's like the piano area, like a music department in a certain university. So she was able to get that kind of discount. I was like, hey, this is
Sick.
kind of like a rare thing because, like I said, I only did it once. And it was funny because I remember at the very beginning, you know how like when they're all testing their instruments and making sure like, okay, this is good. They'll play a little bit of piece. Okay, I know that. I'm familiar with that. I thought they were playing them. I was like maybe like 9 or 10, and I was like, dude, they suck. This is terrible. But I was like nodding. I'm like, I'm just trying to find the beat. I'm like, yeah.
Are you talking about when the director comes on and looks at his first chair and goes, "Okay, let's warm up," and has them just start playing the one string, and then
Yeah.
everyone joins in with one string,
Yeah.
just to make sure they're all in tune.
I was before that when they were all doing it individually. I'm like, God,
They're all literally just
just playing
individually
random
warming.
shit and like all at the same time. And I'm just like, dude, this is awful.
What is happening? The
And then-
director isn't even directing.
Yeah, I was like, dude, he's not even standing up there with his little wand doing his thing. But then they started, and I was like, wow, this is just
it's
another level,
magnificent.
another level. And they're all like literal professional artists.
That's
at
the one
their
thing
own
I'll say.
craft.
I whenever I'm like, oh, I love the cello and all that, or I like really like orchestra, people are like, oh, do you listen to like 2 cellos or something? And I'm like, the cello by itself, or like any orchestra instrument by itself, does not do the justice that an instrument like that does in its group. Like a band, no one goes in, unless you're Kenny G, you don't go and watch one person play a trumpet.
Right.
You go to watch a band play, because when they combine together, it makes beautiful and magnificent noises and sounds. And I'm like, there's kind of a disservice with like string instruments of like people always put them by themselves. Like when you say you like one,
You have to perform it in a very specific way if you want to do something by itself. Like, I'll go back to my competitive days. There was like some flutes, or I think it was a clarinet, the one with all the buttons in it and stuff. There was those being performed like in the competition.
was it straight or to the side?
I think it was straight. Both.
That's a clarinet.
So yeah, one was a
Clarinet,
flute, one was a
flute.
clarinet. Okay. But yeah, those were being performed and they sounded great, but like you said, like you're very limited to what you can do.
You're missing
cour-
half of the sound.
Right. Of course it can sound, if you can make it work, it'll sound great, especially with some songs. But when you combine that, fly landed on my mic. If you can combine that with 2, 3 instruments or a whole orchestra, fucking everything is branched off. It's like a tree. More branches there are, more leaves there are, more beautiful it is. But the things that some I want your opinion on this too. Some instruments that I really appreciate alone are the piano, because you can do so much with it. And there's one other. It was either I don't want to say drums, because drums is good for like
But also, what do you mean, like a drum kit or like drums, like a drum pad?
I meant
where
like
you
a
can-
kit.
Yeah,
like a
okay.
kit. But But the piano, there's one other one, but it's like kind of on the tip of my tongue. Maybe I'll think of it when after your opinion. What would you say like your favorite sounding instruments solo?
Are so diverse now. Like there's 6 different types of pianos.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's electric, there's grand, there's the ones in between. I don't remember the.
Oh, I fuck with grand pianos.
Grand
Big,
pianos are so
beautiful, gorgeous sounds.
But like, I would say pianos by themselves, like any type of piano, like you can turn a piano can be turned into a synthesizer. It can be turned into like in the modern era, you can get an electric piano and you can pick any sort of string sound that uses those chords and you can make it sound beautiful.
That's true.
But
I want to say like proper
instruments
by itself,
like
the piano or
electricized
strings. Yeah.
or okay. By itself sounds beautiful. I'm gonna say number 1, piano. You're right. Like the grand piano by itself can, because it's got a full range.
Yeah. Yeah.
That range is not something that any other instrument can compete.
Literally 8 octaves. I think. It's been so long. I'm not gonna say how many keys because I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure there are 8 octaves.
82.
Maybe okay. Never mind. I was gonna say maybe white keys. Yeah, I don't know actually. I don't know, but yeah.
Grand piano definitely number 1. Number 2. I genuinely and honestly believe if you have an acoustic guitar and the right lyrics.
Oh, dude. Okay, that's definitely one. One of the strings.
You can make a beautiful song, and you don't need like Ed Sheeran. When Ed Sheeran just sits down and plays his guitar and sings, those are his best songs most of the time.
Gorgeous, dude. Yeah.
Because he's not doing too much.
Right.
Number 3. The saxophone, just because it's also got a wide range.
Dude, facts. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Kenny G and his saxophone is so good. I love that.
Though I love the flair it can give too. Wasn't that like one of the main things in the jazz era? I could be totally off, but the sax really was like.
It has a lot of flair to it, like all the other ones, like the trombone, the trumpet. They all have very like confined ranges.
Yeah.
And where there's like 8 different types of saxophones, all with different sizes that all do different octaves, different pitches. It's a really like well-rounded instrument.
Yeah.
And it's what kind of carries like the jazz flow.
Yeah.
Well, everything else is what gave you like that background, like the sets the beat and sets the tone and sets the speed and like sets the mood. The saxophone is what's giving you the energy and giving you the story.
Sure.
The story's told through the saxophone.
If that's like the main piece leading the song, because one
obviously
thing
you can change what it is.
Right.
In a lot of jazz, it's the saxophone that's kind of telling the story, while the other instruments set the environment. I think is a great way to put it.
Right. One of the pieces that, because like along with like things setting the environment and then like one of the instruments leading, one thing I love is the violin. I love the violin, especially even if it's just solo. I at first, when I was first doing piano, I was like, I didn't really think much of the violin because it's such a small instrument. Silly, immature mind. I
have one issue with the violin.
What's up?
To be fair, I was in an orchestra, so it's very different for me.
Okay.
But violins are always given the lead. Almost always.
Okay.
Violins are the lead, and I hate that because they are the highest pitch. And in my opinion, they can be the most annoying.
Okay.
Like, I believe cellos and basses are just left there to play boom, 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 set your beat or set your, like, the cello and the basses are always left to be the environment. When I believe they have the most unique and beautiful sound.
I feel like it's super common for the lower tuned or lower sounding instruments, because like with piano, the left hand, which is usually on the lower end of the octaves, are always usually, or sometimes, more complicated pieces can like mix it up or do other crazy shit, but left hand is usually sets the pace.
And I think that's what makes something quietest. Like Tyler the Creator really unique, is his low voice is taking the place of what's normally that very, very high pitched. Like normally your melody is the more high pitched of the two, but with Tyler, he's got
when people sing, they go up a bit.
Yeah.
So
when you have like that low voice as your melody, I think it really allows you to experiment more with the back ends, because like your environment can now be set by like high pitched stuff with low pitched stuff and all that.
Yeah, different possibilities.
Yeah, I think it really expands your possibilities a lot more than when you limit music to just the high end, which is what it feels like so many things do in orchestra, and that's my grief with the violin is that in the I'm being unfair a little bit. In my very limited amount of time I've spent in the orchestra environment and the songs I've played, we were only given one song where the cellos were the lead, and that was because it was Radioactive, and it just so happens that the guy that sings in Radioactive, his exact vocal range and octave range is the exact same as the cello.
Okay, I see.
Yes, his voice is the exact same as the cello, like pitch-wise.
Yeah.
So like we were literally the exact notes. We played Radioactive, like the words basically.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a special love for the violin now, since I was first, because I think there was one or two. These weren't competitions. These were just like normal recitals.
Yeah.
There was like a couple, because they were like mostly piano stuff.
Hmm?
There would be only very rarely a different instrument that would come by and participate in, and mostly it was like flute or clarinet. And I think only like one or two times I did, like, in my 7-8 years of piano, of like getting like lessons piano, like once or twice a year I would do a recital, and only twice I remember a violin being there. So really rare for me to hear a violin.
Okay.
And they were gorgeous. They were beautiful when they did it, because the two violins that I heard, they were very high level. So I think this is also like in other music instruments, there are things called CM levels. I think they call it that now. I could be wrong, but when I was doing like those levels, those were like theory, piano theory. You had to sight read, and it was you had to play one piece from every timeline. So like contemporary,
Timeline
romantic,
or every era?
Sorry.
We have to go back on the timeline.
So it was contemporary, romantic, classical, and baroque. Not in the right order at all, but those were the 4 eras. And so for the first 6 levels, or 5, maybe 5 levels, you only did 1 in 3 eras, and you could pick whatever song it has to be in that era. And then for the last 5, from 6 to 10, would be 4 eras. And then level 10 was 4 eras and a very complicated finger piece song. Finger pieces are like where your fingers move in very intricate ways.
Yeah.
And makes very beautiful sounding music, but very hard to do. And I got to level 8.
Wow.
I was able to pass level 8. I tried level 10. Holy fuck. Ridiculous. The theory was insane. The sight reading was unbelievable. That was the thing I struggled with the most. I think literally, so I started level 4. That was the only time I got like an A-, because that was simple theory. Level 6, I got like a C. Level 8, I barely passed with a 70. You have to get a 70 to... So it was like theory first. So you take a theory test literally in a big room, like basically a multi-purpose room, with hundreds of other kids there doing the tests. Mm-hmm. There's like some tables with level 1, level 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would be in different tables for each level. And I was in a certain table for 6, a certain table for 8, barely got a 70. And if you pass the theory, you make it to play your pieces in like a week or 2. So I passed level 8, stressed the fuck out, then was able to barely make it past the pieces I played. And you have to memorize them. From level 6 and up, I think if I remember correctly, level 6 and up, you cannot have your pieces in front of you. You have to memorize it. It was hard as fuck. And level 10, I didn't make it past the theory, thank God, because I didn't even have my last finger piece memorized. It was insanely difficult. And I think that one was like 3 pages, which is not that long alone, but with the other 4 pieces,
yeah, that's a lot.
That was literally like over 10 pages combined.
Nah,
it was insane.
That's too much.
Absolutely insane. And it's funny because with my riddled ADHD, I wasn't.
I can imagine.
I
halfway through.
This is one of the things. One of the things I regret is that I didn't put 100% of me into that music, because it was one of those things that I felt like I just had to do for my parents.
Being forced into it?
Yeah. Afterwards, because I had the skill to sight read, I was able to play music that I actually enjoyed, and that's why I love it now. But before, I was a bit more stubborn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, no matter what, when you're forced into something, even if it's something you would love,
in the
like
future,
if you're not in the mood to go out and your parents are like, come on, you have to go to Disneyland, you're going to grow some sort of strife or grief with Disneyland because you're being forced into something you don't want.
Right.
And I think I have that problem a lot. Like a lot of things I felt like I was forced into as a kid. Like I wish I still did now, and like I quit because I felt forced.
It was like for me, it was like one of those habits. It might be for you too. Just one of those things where you have to understand that it's that process to get through to a better life.
Yes, to get to the point where you actually can be like.
Because if I like, my sister did the same thing. She also did maybe level 4 and maybe level 6, but she stopped really early, and she cannot play like I do, especially like with learning reading pieces, because she just didn't learn at that level.
Yeah.
I was somehow able to get to, but I feel like if I put my whole heart into it, along with the theory, because like I half-assed the theory.
Theory is so hard, bro.
All 10 levels.
Music theory is so hard.
It was so difficult, especially just after level 6, dude. Oh my gosh, I struggled.
I would love to learn it though. It's really
I do have books, but I don't know if I want to go back to that. And also, I probably don't remember much. But it was very helpful for now, like reading music and being able to understand pieces. But one thing that I did wish was I put more effort in learning and memorizing things that I didn't want to do, because it would give me more of an ability to do things that I did want to do. Because like the pieces that I would like to learn now, well, before, and this is like, want to be able to get back to some stuff in 2022. Things I want to learn now are more simple than those complicated pieces I did in those CM levels, but they're gorgeous. They sound amazing. And that's one thing that I want to try to get back into in 2022. Play a bit more piano. Because I can play. I have 2 songs that I have memorized that I burned into my brain.
I know one of them.
I constantly did it. Yeah, I constantly do them.
It's the one we always do the bit. We got to record that bit sometime.
Dude.
In high school, we used to do this thing where whenever we
was that the Pirates of the Caribbean one?
Whenever we go to Regnar's house, he'd play the Pirates of the Caribbean theme song, and I would just start going on this spiel about how you're like trying to get to the mainland or something, and I would just,
do you see it? The fog is rising. The land!
The land is there! What is that on the land? A cow?
We used a variety of
different things around the land. But whenever we got home, there was something on that land
that we always pointed out. Oh, it was fun. No, that's one thing. I want to be able to get back into playing piano. I know I can't hop back into sight reading yet.
Yeah.
Because that takes time, but I know when I get the motions down and the muscle memory, I literally just lose myself in the music.
I really need to relearn how to read sheet music, but I feel like I need to learn how to read piano sheet music, because I learned guitar and I learned cello as a kid. But those
aren't they very similar? Guitar,
everything's very
piano?
Similar.
Okay,
it's just the octaves in which it's like going on.
Sure.
So piano, it has the widest range, because it's 8 octaves or whatever it is full. Where guitar is 6 strings, so I think it's what. Actually, no, guitar is a lot of octaves as well. Actually,
you're more knowledgeable in guitars than I am.
I actually don't know if I ever learned to read guitar sheet music.
Also piano sheet music. The only way, there's like 2 ways, maybe 3, to know octaves. Is there's like a little 8 symbol, which is 8 octaves. So there's a little 8 symbol on the top, which is the right hand. So that's 1 octave up, or an 8 symbol on the bottom, which is 1 octave down. If there's multiple, then there's that many octaves up. So if like there's 2 octaves up, then your right hand isn't in the middle C, it's in 2 C's up, and then that's just basically how you read the octave. Yeah, that's one way.
Okay.
But yeah, it's fairly.
I don't know, I feel
once
like
you understand it, it's
just learning piano sheet music would allow me to like pick up any instrument sheet music and be like, okay, what octave is it in, what tune or whatever, like what notes does it use, and then from there it'd be a lot easier.
Yeah.
We talked about that for quite some time. I am gonna check how long we've been going.
Yeah,
here.
Go ahead.
Want to wrap it up?
Yeah, why not? Do you have any last thing to say, whether it is how we got here or well, you asked me what I wanted to do in 2022, and I told you one thing, so why don't you give me one?
I mean, I told you a little bit about how I want to start get
back into the guitar or reading music.
But no, actually there's more to it.
Okay, yeah.
As a kid, I've always wanted to get into like producing music and making like songs.
Yeah.
But making stuff that like doesn't sound like what you hear now, because I would never say, oh, I'm like talented enough to be a real artist and all that. I would say I really have a passion for music, and I love the sound of music, and I would love to create a sound that sounds unique to me.
It's creating that originality.
Yeah, I would love to create that originality.
Especially if you can like really.
But I always promised myself by my 21st birthday I would have made a song, and that's actually in 3 months. So in the next 3 months,
like a song as in with lyrics, or like just producing.
I would do something.
A sound.
Which I think we are going to be getting in time.
Might be
But
for
we'll
you guys.
see.
Might not be.
Might be. That
yeah,
might
who
have been.
knows? Who knows?
That might have been something.
Who knows? Who knows?
All right. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you
Yeah,
have
this
a
was
wonderful,
fun. This is a good
a
time.
wonderful day. Happy Holloway.
Holloway. Max Holloway. If you
I
want to
hope
come on
you
this
had a-
podcast, you can talk to us about MMA and maybe beat our asses.
I would love for you to kick my ass.
He probably is never going to see this.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Make sure to subscribe to Allegedly Correct. Leave a like on this podcast if you did enjoy. Stick around. Make sure to check out all of our shorts and the highlight video that should be coming out this Friday.
Yeah, we'll be doing something at least once a week.
At least
so
once a
we
week,
do
but
have stuff coming out.
There will hopefully be things 2 to 3 times a week. That's our goal.
Yeah.
But at least once a week, you will see this podcast. So make sure to tune into it every Monday at noon. We'll see you next week. Have a great day. Peace.
Peace out.